Fashion. Today we're going to talk about fashion and beauty on the T2 channel. What? Who saw this coming? Well, the other day I saw somebody, or maybe it was a video about somebody on Twitch. It was like some girl that they called her fashion smart. And I started thinking about what do you mean fashion smart? Like this girl, because she wears nice clothes, that she's fashion smart? You're saying people like me aren't fashion smart, because I wear Walmart shirts that depict the things I like and kind of let people know ahead of time, so as to save me time to start a conversation. They can just see my shirt and know what kind of things I'm into and what I'm like. That makes me not fashion smart. I mean, I know what good fashion is, but it takes two things I don't have to have good fashion, which is time, or not time, but the ability to give a shit about it and caring about it. Because to me, it's such a trivial, meaningless thing. And also, you need a lot of money because fashion costs a lot. Good clothes cost a lot. Are you saying, in the movies, you've seen this a billion times, a homeless dude has bad fashion sense, but then once he gets, the $1 million, in Brewster's Millions or Trading Places or one of those kind of shows, and the guy goes into a store and he comes out wearing a suit, all of a sudden he's fashion smart? No, he just got some money. Everybody knows how to look good if you want to look good. Nobody just cares. I mean, we've been taught. This is the problem. You get told one thing and then you get told another thing. Everybody says don't judge anybody by their looks. Don't judge the book by its cover. Don't judge people by the color of their skin. Don't make fun of ugly people. But then there's this whole industry of fashion and beauty. It's oh yeah, you want to look good and you want to look your best. Otherwise, you're a piece of shit. What are you talking about? You just said don't judge anybody by superficial shit, like their looks. And then on the other hand, they do want it. It's it's a $1 billion industry probably. Look at James Charles or one of these other homosexuals on YouTube, right? Is putting on makeup, does that make you beautiful all of a sudden? No, you kind of have to have good looks. You can't take an ugly person and slap lipstick on a pig and all of a sudden they look good. And then if he's a man and he's putting on makeup to look like a woman, does that make him good at beauty products? No, he's looking like the thing he's not. If you want to look like a man, if you want to be good at makeup, you should make yourself look like a really good looking man. Why would you make yourself look like a woman? And then have your big fat ass hanging out in that recent picture where he's, oh my god. So, I just don't waste time worrying about fashion. If I did, I make myself look good in video games. In video games, I care what I look like. In Grand Theft Auto, you want to have a Grand Theft Auto or a Transmog contest in WoW, I can show you some good looking outfits if you want to have a fashion contest. Doesn't mean I'm not fashion smart. But, it's just a social hack. It's a social charisma trick that people play with this fashion thing. And there's all these things on Facebook keep popping up, advertisements for these companies that'll send you an outfit in the mail. There's Stitch Fix and Thread Beast and Trendy Butler and Stately and Menlo Club. I've seen 5 or 6 of these. It's all the Loot Crate sort of system where you subscribe and they'll send you a new outfit in the mail. And oh, by the way, these are I got these at Walmart. This is my fashion conscious. It's Marvel sleeping pants. And by that, they're gold and they're shiny. That's attractive to dumb kids on Twitch. You want to wear things that are bright and sparkly. Bob Samurai's been talking a lot about fashion too because he sells shirts on thrift stores. He resells them on eBay or something. So, yeah, it's a social hack. Just because you don't wear good clothes doesn't mean you're not fashion smart. And also, another social charisma hack I was thinking about was I remember in high school, there's these kids. I came from a smaller elementary school than the main elementary school in my county. So there's 3 or 4 elementary schools. And the one from the main town, when we got to middle school, they all combined. And those kids from the main one seemed like they became the popular kids. And what they did was, they were just really loud and obnoxious. And if you're a kid, you see that as some kind of charisma level 8 or 9 or 10. In Fallout terms, you have high charisma if you're loud and obnoxious in high school. And they became the popular kids. And then those kids, the popular kids in school, end up getting positions of power in reality. They end up in local government. Or they had this one kid, he was dumb as a box of rocks. and he just fucked off in school. He just showed his ass all the time. He was a big dumbass, and then he became the sheriff of the town. How? Charisma. All charisma. Just, if I keep saying there's no point to fashion, but at the same time, this society we live in rewards it exponentially more than it's actually worth. Like, if you could be a really good molten core raider just by putting on high fashion clothes and WoW, like wearing your Korean hanbok wedding dress or whatever, that's kind of how it would work in real life. You put on good clothes and then people reward you and they throw money at you for looking good. Or if you're a hot chick on Twitch, it also works the same way, but that's not really... I guess it's about the fashion, and if it's a revealing fashion, it gets incels horny. I don't know. But I just don't like people saying that, people that aren't dressed in a good way all the time. Like, oh man, I had a fashion idea the other day. I just saw, oh my god, listen to this. Somebody came out with this fashion trend that was like a school shooting based hoodie that had like Sandy Hook School and had like bullet holes in the shirt. And then there was one for like the Florida school, I think, and then like a Columbine. There's a Columbine hoodie with bullet holes in it, and this guy's trying to make a... He was saying basically you got to do crazy shit like this to stand out, and then you can make more like socially conscious things later on once you become popular. But that... So my idea was like, you know, wearing a suit is cool. And I was heard like on the podcast I listened to, there's this guy who was talking about wearing a suit as like a suit of armor, because it kind of, he puts it on to like protects himself from like feeling weird in society or something. I don't know what he was talking about, but like zombie movies, you'll see a guy wearing a suit, and then by the end of the movie, the suit gets all fucked up, and then, like his shirt's hanging out, the suit, the top coat's open. So that's my idea. You wear like a fucked up suit, like a 3-piece suit that's been through shit. Maybe not blood and dirt all over it, but like all ruffled up and like maybe dirt all over it. Yeah, maybe just make it look like you've been through a fucking zombie apocalypse. Cause think about it, if you're on a subway, if you wear a suit, like I've been to like funerals and weddings and stuff, and I wear a suit, and people kind of treat you normally because you're at a funeral or a wedding. But if you like go to a convenience store on the way to a funeral or a wedding and you're wearing a suit, it's like, oh, what's going on? You're wearing a big suit. And everybody's like talks about your suit. But if you're wearing like a bedraggled suit, then it's like, what the hell happened with this guy? What's going on? He must have an exciting life. He's wearing a 3-piece suit. It's all fucked up. Must have been mugged or mugged somebody. I don't know what people think. But that's a pretty interesting idea. Like, my family is kind of weird. Like, I get, is anybody else's family like this? Like, if you, they see you all the time a certain way, dressing a certain way, and if you wear something different, it's a huge deal. Everybody has to talk about it. Like, when I got this little, like, Buddhist bracelet, whatever, the little beads, you know, I used to wear that around. I was like, everybody wouldn't stop talking about my bracelet. Like, what's T2 wearing this bracelet all of a sudden? But they didn't call me T2. But like, I had this one piece, like a dog tag necklace I was wearing, and like, you can't wear a necklace around my family. It's all they're going to talk about. Like, why are you wearing a necklace all of a sudden? What's this weird hat you got on? Why are you wearing capes around the house? Scarves and stuff. Like, I can't wear accessories because people are going to make a big deal about it. I like accessories, but fashion.